Okay, I think we're back. God, I couldn't believe that happened. Okay, I do apologise. That was a terrible start. Oh, okay. Let me just see if this is going live. If you can hear me, if you can see everything, please let me know. Make sure this is going okay. I'm really hoping that this is going to work. It hasn't come up on my screen yet, but hopefully you can see what's going on. I might just need to, let me see if I can refresh my page here. You can hear me? Okay, it looks like it's good. It's not coming up on my screen, which I don't like. I will try and get it refreshed on my screen, so at least I know what's going on. Make sure that I can see what is going on in chat and all that sort of stuff. Okay, looks like we're back. Oh, right, okay. Hopefully that's not going to happen again. I would be distraught if that keeps happening. All right, okay, so right, we are here in the entrance. So this bit, I'd never really quite fleshed out exactly how I wanted it to, but I'm not going to do any more additions to it now. This is done. This is my wall of Patreons. Everybody here is or has been at some point a Patreon, and if you are interested in that sort of thing, there should be a link in the description, and you can go and do that if you wanted to. So again, this was all built in survival. I've got a couple of artifacts in here. I'll show you up the stairs in the base, and you can sort of see what is going on. So this is where I used to keep all my storage and crafting stuff that I did back when this was a survival series. And then if we go a bit further up, hang on, first of all, I've got my little bed in here. This is where I respawned when I die. So we'll go back up here. And yeah, we got the fridges and cooking, and this is where my little garden was. This greenhouse build. This greenhouse build was so difficult to get done. Again, I think this is just normal vanilla stuff, so it's all built out of vanilla. We didn't have S-Bus or anything like that back at that time, so it was a real struggle to get done. But I did it. It looks okay. Yeah, I think some people in chat may need to refresh their page if you can't see anything. You'll definitely need to refresh things. Right, so we're going to go and look into the zoo now. We'll jump down here. And we'll go down. So the main part of the zoo is going to be out here. Okay, so this area was a kind of a holding pen where when I was taming things for the zoo rather than just spawning them in, we used to just put things in here while they were waiting for enclosures to finish. We have toilets here. This is so before you get started in the zoo, you might have had a long journey to get here. You might need to go to the toilet first, and there are toilets in here, but they're kind of, I never did get around to placing these properly. But these are the kind of the toilets here. So we'll leave that shut there. Okay. So when you first start off, we have you can go into the main part of the zoo through the main entrance here, or into the petting zoo, which is the first place where we're going to go. Okay, now many people wanted me to put everything on wander as we're going around, so I guess we'll do that. We'll just enable wandering and everything. It'll probably be a complete disaster, but people wanted to see it, so we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll probably lose a few, because that's the whole reason why I don't have things on wander, is because they tend to glitch through through the walls. Oh my god, okay. And we'll also look for the names as well. If we find something that needs naming, I'll give it a shout out, and anybody who wants something named can shout out in chat, and I'll pick one out at random or something. We'll see how it goes. So we'll just stick a few of these on wander, so we can get a little bit more realism in the zoo. Okay, we'll do this for each exhibit. I probably won't do all of these ones because it's going to take forever to do this. Right, okay, I'm going to try and keep an eye on chat, so they're quite tricky to kind of do two things at the same time. What have we got here? Really do a mod zoo season shred. Okay, I'll tell you what the plans are then. So this is obviously the final season, or the final episode of sort of the first season of Shredder Zoo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few weeks break, just while we work on things like Aberration and the other sort of series that I've got going on. And I think sometime early next year we'll start on the aquarium, which will be all the underwater creatures. And that's going to be a lot shorter series because there's only about 20 or so underwater creatures, I think. So we'll do that. Here we go. So there's a few on Wander. We'll leave it like that, I think. Otherwise it's going to get crazy. Yeah, so we'll do the underwater series, and then when that's done, again we'll probably take a few weeks break, and then at some point next year I'm going to start series 2 of Shredder Zoo, and that will include everything. So I'll have all vanilla creatures, all Scorched Earth creatures, all Aberration creatures, bosses, Wyverns, Griffins from Ragnarok, all that sort of stuff. We'll do absolutely everything. Okay, so that was the petting zoo. You've also got the option to be able to sort of look in here as well. And we have after you've been in the petting zoo, you need to wash your hands. So please wash your hands after handling the animals. There is soap in the box here, and we have a tap up there you can wash your hands in. So yeah, hygiene is very important. Okay, so right, well let's go to let's have a look at the Carnos first of all, shall we? Will I do an Aberration Zoo? Yeah, I just said I will do all Aberration creatures in Series 2 of Shredder Zoo. That's the plan anyway. So these are the Carnos. This one was one of the first exhibits. I think the Dilo house over there was the first one I did. This was probably the second one I ever built. It was been updated more recently with the Ecos mods and things. So yeah, this was all built out of vanilla structures and stuff, but we had a whole bunch of Carnos. We might just pop in here and have a look at the names of them as well. But all around here, this one's all been updated with the S Plus glass structures that we did. Let's have a quick jump inside and we'll have a closer look. We'll stick them on Wander as well. So let's have a look. Behaviour, enable wandering. You may end up with a whole bunch of babies as well. Enable wandering. There we go. And wandering, there we are. So there we go, that looks pretty good. Let's just I'm going to have to fly out of here now. have a look from above. So I really like this one. The design is pretty simple, just a kind of a walkway around, but with a big tree in the middle and the plants and things. I think it's really good. So that's the Carnos. Who have we got in here? We have Royal with Cheese. Hello, thanks for joining the stream, and thanks to everybody who's here. Really do appreciate you stopping by. This is going to be, I think it's a pretty emotional episode, the final episode. As I say, this has been going on since May 2016 is when the first episode started, and for it to be finishing now it's pretty amazing that I've got this far, and this series has become as popular as it has. So here we go. We have the Dilo house in here. I don't know if we can see any Dilos in there. There should be some in there. We'll just go in there. We'll go inside, have a bit of a closer look. And here we go. There's a lot of plants in here, but we'll stick these on wandering as well. And there's another one there. Enable wandering. Should be another one. I think I went a bit too crazy with ferns in this one. I think when I updated this, I'll enable your wandering as well. There we are. Brilliant. Okay. So these are all named as well. Are you going to wander around? Yeah, there's something. Sometimes they get stuck on some of the S Plus structures and the Ecos mods and stuff. But there we go. So they've got like an inside and outside part of the zoo, heavily forested, so that they can got plenty of cover and things like that. So that's pretty cool. Right. So where should we go next up? Tell you what. Before we get too far, let's go over this way, and I'll just show you this building over here, which never really got too much use. Because I eventually turned into a creative series, but this was the breeding place. So we've got the air conditioners going, so if I want to hatch out any eggs and that sort of thing, then it will be done here. But there's also got the kind of a viewing area for the public to kind of watch the scientists at work, sort of thing, hatching out the dinos sort of thing. So that's what this is. So I never really used it much. I never did much breeding on this series because it was all about the building more than anything else. So before we get, well, that's a more modern building. We'll carry on down over this way, I think. Got to try and remember to make sure I show everything off as we go. Right, so let's go into this one. This is going to be the Triceratops enclosure. And so we have down the outside, this actually the Triceratops is there, and the Pachyrhinosaurs are over there as well. So they look pretty good. But this one, I like this one because you can go inside, and this has been updated slightly with the S Class structures. But you can get right up close and actually, probably pet them as well. That'd be pretty amazing. So they're all kind of positioned in here. As we should probably. I'm a little bit concerned about putting them on wandering, whether they'll actually get out properly. Let's just see what happens if I enable your wandering. Where are you going to go? Because they can climb over this little bit. It's not necessarily designed to see them wander. It doesn't look like they're going to go. Let's see what. Let's bring these guys out a little bit. There we go. So it's now going to wandering. So yeah, these structures. Did I replace everything? Stone ceilings. No, these are all vanilla structures. So for some reason I don't know why they don't like wandering on structures sometimes. Let's get you out as well, and we'll set you on to wandering. So yeah, so a lot of people have been saying that they've kind of been binge watching this series and catching up with everything. I mean, there's a lot. This is what over 100 episodes. There's a lot to catch up on. But yeah, I really do appreciate the support that I've had for this series. Is amazing. So yeah, so you can go all the way around the top here and have a look down over there, and this is sort of it's joined up and attached to the next section here, which is the Pachyrhinos. So again, you can kind of come round, and I did update this with some S-Class windows and things. And they've got some nice decorations and flowers and things in there. It's come up to say hello to those. Let's see if we can just quickly get down there, and we'll get a couple of the Pachyrhinos out on wander if we can. Not that behaviour, enable wandering. There we go. That's going to go out. We'll get you a wandering as well. I'm wondering how many dinos we're going to lose. I meant to back up the server before I did it, so if we did lose loads of dinos, I could go back to it. This could be a complete disaster by doing this, but this is what people wanted. They wanted to see him wander around. We may have a few escapees over the time, but well, hopefully not. We'll have to see how it goes. Right, let's go back down then. Let's have a go over this way then. So let's quickly drop down. I haven't finished the education specials. No, they're going to carry on because I ended up doing 2 episodes of the zoo a week, but only 1 educational one a week. So I am behind on those, but they'll carry on as normal. I'll do 1 a week for those until they're done. So yeah, those will carry on. Right, so we have. There's nothing in there at the moment. This is the Dedicurus enclosure. We should be able to see them somewhere around. There we go. There they are. And let's do what. Let's go inside, and we'll just get them on wander as well. We've got 3 of them here. So behaviour enable wandering. Let's get you wandering around, and we'll get you wandering around, and you. There we go. Okay, fantastic. They're mating, so we could end up having babies, but yep. There we go. So that's all that one. So we might as well go over here, the Megatherium. Should we have you wandering around as well? This is Fernando. Behaviour enable wandering. There we go. So hopefully you're not going to be able to escape. Oh god. I'm terrified they're going to escape, but never mind. So yeah, so again, this one was originally this was the beaver exhibit. They moved the beavers down to the lake, so we can go and see those later on. But then I repurposed this one for the Megatherium. Pretty happy how this one came out. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, let's see. Let's go. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's go over to the aviary then. That'll probably be a good place to go next. So this is the aviary. Again, this was built in survival, in vanilla. So this took a very long time. There's a hell of a lot of glass here. And my computer really didn't like it when I first built this. I've upgraded my computer a little bit since then, so I think we're okay. But yeah, it struggled a little bit with all this glass. But yep. So we have. I don't think I'll put these guys on wander because they haven't really got much space to wander around in. Was that so many dead babies this stream? Yeah, quite possibly. Quite possibly. Although some of the animals I know I did neuter, because when I first started the series I did have them on wander, but when they started getting lost and dying and glitching through the walls, I took them off. So yeah, anyway, we've got these guys over here, the birds. You can kind of come all the way around and have a look. Just check for any escapees. No, they're fine. So that's the Argies there. We have our ones over here. The Quetzal is over here. Again, I really should build a fence here, but I'm not going to do any more building. But yeah, so we've got a Quetzal. And in here we have Pelagornis. And we have the Pteranodons. So yeah, that's the aviary. So not too bad a structure. If I do this again, I'll probably build it bigger. Because they don't have a huge amount of space. But yeah, we'll definitely do things later on in a different series. So yeah, there'll be lots of dead babies because they're on wander, so they're going to be breeding, and I'm not going to be attending the babies, so the babies will die. Actually, you know what? I've actually turned off food drain on this series, so they won't starve. So that could be an even worse idea because they're going to keep on breeding and then never stop. So they're not all neutered as well, because a lot of them aren't neutered. So it could be a complete disaster. But anyway, we have the raptors. So this enclosure was designed based on the kind of the breeding area in Jurassic Park, the film. Kind of how it looks when they see it in the film. There should be 3 raptors in here. Oh, there's the other one. Yeah, so we've got the Clipper Girl, Raptor Red and Blue in there. So we've got all the raptors there. So in this one you can actually go over here. You can actually get up onto this tower. So there are ladders and stairs you can get up to, get a viewpoint. You can get pretty decent view over the entire zoo, like this. Why do you want my dinosaurs to break free? It's going to be a disaster. Because I was thinking of trying to offer this up as a download, but if you get it and they're all on wander, and it could be a complete disaster for you. But yeah, we'll see how it goes anyway. We'll have a quick look on the inside of the Megatherium enclosure. I'll walk. Yeah, it's raining, but yeah, it'll be fine. Be fine. So we've got some benches you can sit down here, and you can actually get a really good view of the inside of this point. And this one, so just get rid of that. The enclosure has been adopted by Resistance Ray. It's one of my Patreons. That's one of the rewards of Patreon, is you can have your name on a sign on an enclosure like this. So you've adopted it. Anyway, so that's that one. Let's not get too far away. I think we've seen those ones. Okay, so yeah, we'll go for this one. That's the Megaloceros enclosure. You can look up here. We've kind of built a big, huge hay bale like this. Where's the goat? Oh, yeah. What for the raptors? Yeah, I can't feed them goats. So you can see that in the Tyrannosaur exhibit actually. We'll get to that later. But yeah, so you can pop up here, have a look through the window, watch them in that little shelter here, or you can actually go around and you can see them up here as well. We'll go inside. We'll get them on wander as well. We've got Leon the Gamer. How much have you missed? Not a huge amount. We've just covered the first few exhibits over there. I'll probably have a fly over the zoo later on so you can sort of see them all once again anyway. Shut this down. So Megaloceros. So these both, I think these are both males. So that's good. So we're not going to be able to have any babies here. So we'll enable your wandering, and we'll enable your wandering as well. Fantastic. Okay, so that's those guys. Yeah, if only terraforming was possible, I would love it if I could actually set down land and water and stuff. Now, Eco do have the placeable water, but it's just it's not perfect. It's pretty good. It's decorative. It's not functional, unfortunately. So while we're here, we'll have a look at the stegosaurs. We can get these on wander as well, shall we? And in here we go. So let's get you wandering around. Hopefully you're not going to escape as well. And they're all wandering as well. Yep, fantastic. Yeah, so this one, nice little area. Got a big old shelter for them here. And you can kind of get a decent kind of view. Hopefully, I don't think they'll be able to walk out of here. It's entirely possible they can escape. I'm not too sure. We'll see. We'll find out. Here we go. Is he going to escape? Is he going to escape? No. Looks like it's okay. Looks like it's all right. Am I hyped for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom? Yes, very much so. Really looking forward to seeing that one. Yeah, I can't wait for that. It's going to be so cool. Let's have a look, run around here. Okay, back over this way. Oh, this is something that I should have done. This area used to have beehives in, and bees, the giant bees. So this was my kind of, I can't remember what they're called now. Apiaries, isn't it, for bees? So that's for this one. I never did get around to fixing that. Unfortunately, they all kind of died off, I think. So before I fixed the food drain, but that used to be the apiary for the bees. Yeah, so let's have a quick look over this one. This is my first cafe that I built. So we've got a little area here to be able to outdoor seating. And inside you can go. There's some inside seating as well. We've got a kitchen here. Now I did have some custom recipes made up as well. Here we go. We've got some dodo burgers made up. So they were pretty awesome. Tasty dodo steak with a fried dodo egg. So tasty the species might just go extinct. And then we've got our cooking and our kitchen in this point here. Alright, so that's the cafe. And some of those. Where should we go next up? I think we're going to have to go into this building here. This one would be a good one. So this one's slightly more recent. Now this was a complete rebuild. This is the invertebrate house. So I did have a build here previously, and I completely demolished it and restarted everything. No, Crazy Cat's here. I didn't bring back Chuck. No, I'm so sorry about that. I completely forgot. I've been meaning to for a long time. Never got around to it. Chuck was one of the bees that was here. That was named, and that was a request from Crazy Cat. Wanted the bee. And you just have to imagine. Just imagine he's here, and he looks glorious. There are dodos in the zoo. Yeah, dodo burgers, dodos in the zoo. Well, you know, it's a sustainable resource. Anyway, right, this is the invertebrate house. We have the Titan drones and soldiers here. I can't put these on Wander, I don't think, because these are force tamed and they're a bit glitchy. I couldn't name these either because for some reason it just wouldn't let me name them. We also have leeches over here. So we've got those things. Got a disease leech there as well. It's in quarantine. And so we can go through into this house. So yeah, I really do like how this turned out. I'm not going to put any of these on Wander because they won't work. A lot of the indoor creatures won't wander on these structures for some reason. If they're outside on the ground, it should be fine. But for some reason, these guys, they won't wander around on, I don't know if it's the S+ structures or just structures in general. For some reason, it just stops them wandering. But anyway, we have the snails. You can see they've all been named. They can check out people's names as well. And if anyone spots one that's been named after them, then make sure you give us a shout out in the comment section there. So yeah, dung beetles. Pretty pleased with the themes that I've got going on in these ones. The scorpions. And I'll tell you what, let's go this so we can see all the names properly. Got Alfie over there. Spiders. This was kind of a cave exhibit. I don't think I'll be able to tell you what. If I ghost, then I can actually get up above the things. You can have a look from above here. So that looks pretty awesome. And we've got this here. So this is, we've got the Arthropleura. This one was really difficult to position because these rocks here, they're not proper surfaces. He kind of sank through the rocks, and it was so difficult to actually get positioned so you could actually see him in there. And this is kind of like a cave exhibit that I've kind of gone through. And we have the mantis over here as well. Looks pretty cool enclosure. And yeah, this one I'm really liking. We have it's going to be a bit awkward to get around, but we have things like we have the Meganeura in here. We have the moths in here. And is there anything else I've got in here? Is it just those? I think it's just those in this section here. Yeah, so we've got the moths flying around. It's kind of like the butterfly house series. So we've got like the dragonflies and butterflies flying around. And it's really colourful, loads of flowers and things. Really kind of tropical environment for people to walk through. And it looks pretty awesome. Okay, so let's go outside And what I'm going to do is just go back down to walking. And we're going to go up this way. Okay, let's have a look at this one while we're here. Needs to be fixed a little bit, but so this is the Paraceratherium. So I've done this one here so we can actually, you can go up here, there's benches to sit down on, and you can go over here and you can actually feed them if they come over, and we can, because I've been to zoos where you can like feed the giraffes and stuff, which is amazing, and the elephants, that sort of thing. So I thought this would be really kind of cool, a cool little sort of bit up here, because this is kind of head height. I kind of built it at the head height for the Paraceratheriums, so they can come over and they can you can feed them. That's pretty amazing. So you can sort of walk all the way around. Wonder whether can we get in here and get them and wander. I think that might be amazing. Will they escape? Oops. Try flying. There we go. So let's see. I don't know if these guys can actually escape out of here or not, but we'll soon find out. Enable wandering and enable wandering. It's entirely possible they might be able to walk over these walls. Oh, that's so close. I think we might have an escapee at some point. Oh my god. I think we might get away with it. Oh no, no, it's escape. He's escaping. Come back. Oh my god, no, that's not going to work. You have to come back. We'll have to take these guys off. Oh man, let's come back over this way. This is a disaster. Right, and you, we're going to have to disable your wandering as well. Disable wandering. And follow. There we go. Did I disable your wandering? Yes, I did. Okay, so sorry, we can't have everything on wander. Oh dear. Okay. Right. What have we got now? Let's go. Make sure we're not missing anything. Ah, yes, we're going to need to go over this way for the Dimorphodon display arena. We could have escaped. Yeah. This is why I don't have things on wander. I need to, maybe if I do it in the next series, I need to be a little bit more careful about how I how I build the enclosures. Oh dear. Right, we'll walk for this one. Let's try again. There we go, walking. So yeah, so this one is for the Dimorphodons. There's a little area here, so it's like a bird of prey display. So they've got benches to sit on, we've got plants and things, a lot of decorative or little bushes and things up here. Now when they're not on display, the Dimorphodons are kept in the house over this side. So they're in here. Where are they? Oh, there should be a load more. Oh, there we go. Yes, so I've placed them up on here, perched up on top of the flags. Got one on the floor there and one on the things over there, the feeding trough. We've got Pigeon, we've got Chris, we've got Jag. So yeah, so that's our little house there. So that's so cool. Okay, where else are we going here? We're going. So we've done all these ones. There's nothing up there. We'll go over this way. Hopefully we're not going to be missing any. Let's go to the observation tower. That's probably a good one to go to now. We can actually have a bit of a look from up above and see how it's doing. So this one, it's just a kind of little area people can kind of hang out, maybe have a picnic, and they can sort of go up the up here. And every level we have little viewing towers. You can look out over the different exhibits. You've got the thylacoleas over there, and you can see these are all the ones that we've seen already. Have a good look at the stegos and that sort of thing. And let's go up this way. Let's go right up to the top. There we go, the very top. You can get a really good look out over the whole zoo. So that's where we've been so far. We've been over this way. So this is where we'll be heading off to next. We've got a whole bunch of exhibits to go through over this way and over that way as well. I think we'll probably head over that way next, I think. So let's go back down. And it ought to be, you can fall off there some places. Right, let's go out this way and over this way. Here we go. Yep, so we'll go to, this is the next one. We have the parasaurs. We have Cassie and Charlie in here. And there should be a way in for staff members. So you can actually get in here. I wonder if we can get these guys on wander. Should be alright, I think. They're not going to be able to escape. Enable your wandering and enable your wandering. There we go. Yeah, and they seem to walk around on this surface okay. I don't know, maybe it's the smaller ones just don't seem to be able to do it. It's kind of weird, but we may get some parasol babies on this one. Tell you what we'll do actually, while I think about it, we'll just spay one of them. Right, who have we got? There we go. I'm sorry, Cassie. Alright, so let's shut that door. We've got Tanara here. Thank you for joining the stream. I'm glad you could make it. Right, so this one, let's go in here. This is for the saber-tooths. It should be over this way. Oh dear, we're getting a bit framey here. Hopefully we'll get our frames back in a moment. There we go. So we've got one over there. And there should be another one about somewhere. I think there's one just over here. Here we go. That's one. I think it's just the two. Oh god, we're beginning to lag here. This is probably loading in some new structures and stuff. Let's go around. There should be a way in. I can get these guys on Wander as well, I think. Let's shut that quickly. And right, I'll tell you what, let's get rid of the saddle as well. They shouldn't really be wearing saddles in the zoo. So let's get you wandering. So you're male and you are also male. That's fine, we're not going to get any babies from these two. Brilliant. Okay, yep, so we've got the cats wandering around. Like, pretty awesome. And okay, where are we going to go next? So we've done all those ones. Done these ones. Okay, we'll just head over to, let's do the bears next then. We'll go over here. Let's see, you are mate boosted, so we'll get rid of, let's neuter you. Just try and cut down on any babies that start breeding in the zoo. There we go, neuter you. I'm sorry, I know you didn't like that, it's fine. You'll be okay. What am I doing? I'm doing the wrong buttons here. And we will enable your wandering. And enable your wandering. Lovely. So we've got the bears coming around. Yeah, so this one's pretty cool. It's an old enclosure. Never did update this one. But they have a little thing up here that they can climb up here and sort of wander around at the top and just hang out and climb. And this tree here is a natural tree. I kind of designed the enclosure to be around this one to kind of this was before I had the decorative ecos mods and things, so I kind of wanted to build this tree, and the kind of rocks include all these sort of things in here naturally. But yeah, that's a pretty nice little enclosure, that one. So we've seen that one, this one, and again a lot of this is natural, but I did come back and I did update this one with some of the decorative things. So a lot of these rocks are all natural, and I built a fence around them to kind of include them as part of it, and it did look pretty good. But I came back to it and I did update, and I added a few trees and ferns and things to make it look even better. This is for the ankylosaurs. So we'll go over this way. Well, and I I discovered the paint gun at this point as well, so I started painting things. It looks pretty good. So some of it is still kind of basic vanilla structures, but I did come back and update this one. So you will enable your wandering, and you will just spay you as well. There we go, and we can enable your wandering. There we go. So I love the colours on this one, and this one was given to me in my first ever series of ARC that I did when I first started doing ARC YouTube. And I've kept him this whole time, and I'm thinking it must be a paint job, because I've never seen natural colours that look like that, but I don't know. It was given to me like that, and I've no idea whether that's a natural or whether it's coloured. It's got to be coloured, I think. This was, and that was before colour mutations was a thing, before animal breeding was a thing, when he was tamed. Right, okay, so where are we now? Let's go over and do the Thylers. Yeah, the colouring on that Anky is amazing. I don't know how that was done. But here we go. So we've got a couple of Thylers. I think I'm not going to enable wandering on them because they will easily escape this this enclosure, especially the Reese at the top there, who will fall off there. He'll just wander off the end there, I think. So we've also got an adoptee on this one as well. This is Landon Call adopted the enclosure here. Yeah, so we've got two tilers. This one that was kind of rebuilt a couple of times. I wasn't really happy the first time I did it. It was kind of tricky to get this done. I think when I first built it, I didn't have Structures Plus on here, so it was kind of awkward getting the platforms in the right place and looking right and stuff. But we've got it all done now, and I think it looks pretty good. So it's kind of based on like a leopard enclosure that I saw at the zoo, where they had kind of things where they can climb up on and platforms. A lot of tiger things will have kind of high up platforms and stuff as well. Better Cat, you have to go. Well, thank you for staying as long as you could. This video will be uploaded to YouTube as soon as it's finished streaming, so everybody will be able to watch the whole thing again afterwards anyway. So it's not a problem. Not a problem. It'll be there for all time. So yeah, that's that one. I think we're getting a little bit dark. Let's just make it a little bit brighter so we can see. Right, so let's drop down and I'll walk a bit more now. Walk. There we go. And we'll run over to this one. So this one's kind of inspired by kind of an Australian exhibit that I saw, where you could actually walk through and you had kangaroos and sheep and stuff around. So we've got an ovis over there. We've got a couple of Procoptodons. And then we've got some Mostrops over here as well, wandering around like this. And yeah, so you can just walk through the centre, little sort of pathway through, zigzagging through. I was quite happy with how this one turned out. And this one, again, when I first built it, I didn't paint it, but then it looked very much wood-like, so I kind of thought I need to make it look a little bit better. So I went to town with a paint gun. We painted everything, and this one again, this was before Structures Plus, I believe. This is all vanilla structures. We could attempt to make these guys on wander. Enable wandering. Not sure if they will. Yeah, they will. That's fine. And I don't think they can escape here. It looks like they probably could if they tried, if they jumped high enough. Let's enable your wandering as well. There we go. And we might as well do you as well. Let's enable your wandering. Yeah. So you're gonna move. There we go. It's moving. I'm moving around. Fantastic. So they'll be wandering around there. It's like you want to escape, don't you? He really does want to escape. But yeah, so that's that one built. So where could we go next? We've done over there, done all those ones. I think the next one will be, we'll go over and do. We'll do the Yutyrannus next then. Yeah, I thought we were never getting Ovis, but we did. We got an Ovis. One thing I'm really disappointed about, and I never actually got around to fixing, is that when S Plus had an update a while back, it reset all the glass back. So I had this all set out to be lovely windows, as it was all tinted and nice big windows and things, and it got all reset, and it's a hell of a lot of work to do that, and I never got around to doing it. It's a bit of unfortunate, but it still looks pretty good, I think. So we can get through here. So yep, so we've got the Yutyrannus here. I think I will put them on wander because they look pretty awesome when they're wandering. Let's go up this way. We'll get up above. We can actually go outside. We can kind of wander around, get a good view of them. This is before we carry on. I just want to stick them on wander because they look so good. There's something so intimidating about these guys. Oh dear, lag spike! Please don't crash. Please, please. I'm hoping this is just a bit of lag. No! Oh, right. We're down again. Oh, crashed again. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if you can hear me or whether it's just completely stopped.